Welcome to everything you need to know when cruising out of the Port of Jacksonville. Today in this video, we'll cover what you're going to see at the port, how to arrive at the port, what's around it, lodging, what you're going to see if you're flying in from the airport. Right now, we're approaching the port from the east, from Interstate 295 on Highway 105. One of the things I love about Jacksonville Port is there's nothing else around here. I know that could be a downside for a lot of people, but it seems like we fight so hard to get into ports like Tampa and Miami and Fort Lauderdale and even Port Canaveral sometimes. But there's nothing around Jacksport. You're just going to drive right in, turn into your port, and there you are. So here we go. It's up on the left. You're going to head straight down this road into the guard shack, where you're going to need to show them your boarding pass and your check-in time. Now, they're going to scrutinize your check-in time and make sure that you're there not too terribly early, so you might want to plan that accordingly. But once they've seen your boarding pass and you're close to your check-in time, they're going to let you right in, and you're going to go park to the right. Let's take a look at an aerial view of this parking lot. The red circle is where that booth is that we're turning around at right now. You're going to head off to the right, circle around right in front of the terminal, hand over your luggage, and then you're going to circle back out and park on the other side of that terminal. Lots of room for parking at this port. You're not going to fight for parking. It is $17 a day, although there's a cheaper option across the street that we'll talk about. Plenty of parking, and you're going to be able to walk right on into the terminal after you park your car. Okay, there is no cruise ship here today, so we're going to turn around, head back out. And then we'll take a look at what it's going to look like if you're coming from the west on 105 from, say, Interstate 95, and what you're going to see as you approach. Here's coming across the bridge just before you get to the port. Your cruise ship will be sitting right there. It'll be unmissable. And in a few minutes, we'll get some better shots from this bridge to give you a better idea of what you're going to run into when you park your car and when you arrive at the port. Here's straight ahead going across the bridge. Your turn to the right is going to be right there about where those two broken down cars are today. Looks like they lost a tire. You'll turn right here and head into Jacksport. But let's go on past Jacksport and talk about what else is here at this port. As I've said before, I love that there's nothing here. I love how easy it is to just drive in and get on the cruise ship, but that means there's not a lot of amenities here at the cruise port either. You've got a Mr. Fuel truck stop there to the left, and I'll show you what they have if you need to pick up something just as you've arrived at port. Up at the next intersection, you've got the one hotel that is within 5 miles of this port, and I'll have a review on my channel next week, the Holiday Inn Express. There is a Circle K up here and a Wendy's right next to the hotel. In the Circle K, there is a little deli. Okay, here's the guard shack we drove up to earlier. This is a shot from the bridge. You're going to drop off your luggage there under those tents. Then circle back around, park in this large parking lot. Right now it looks pretty full, but a ship is out. The Elation has just left on Friday. And as you can see, there's plenty of parking left over even after that. That gangplank right there will be where you'll walk up to the ship after you exit the terminal. I'll have another shot of that in a second, and that's how you're going to exit the parking lot at the end of your cruise. $17 a day to park here in this parking lot. Check out the mullet jumping. That's awesome. Another shot from higher up on the bridge. The guard shack is behind those trees. A little bit better shot of where you're going to drop off your luggage before you park. And the terminal. And the gangplank you're going to enter the ship on. We're going to be taking our next cruise in just 50 days from now, and we'll film the entire thing. It's going to be the Carnival Pride out of Tampa. Very excited to get back to cruising. So if you decide not to park here, if you want some cheaper parking, across the street is Parking Mall. Now, if you look up Parking Mall online, you're going to think that big paved parking lot is where they're parking cars. Right now, it is not. They are parking cars in that sand lot, and I'll get you some video of that in just a moment. I don't know if that's a permanent situation or if that's just something they're doing right now, because the paved lot here appears to be full of semi-trucks. But if you pay for that $10 parking, be aware that that's where they're going to park you. It's not very far off the water. It's only a couple of feet off the water. If a storm were to come in, that's a rare occurrence, but your car could be inundated there. But you are saving $7 a night parking, and it is literally across the street from Jacksport. Okay, that's the parking mall. Now there's only one hotel within, even at this exit, and within 5 miles of Jacksport, and that's a Holiday Inn Express and Suites Jacksonville. We stayed there. I'll have a full review on the channel next week. But it is a great hotel, and I like to be close to the port. There are several hotels 5 miles south at the next exit south on 295. But let's take a look at the Holiday Inn Express. It is only half a mile from the cruise port. Here it is. Pretty much the one and only restaurant at this port is Wendy's, and it is right next to the hotel. As you're turning right into the hotel here, Wendy's will be just out of frame on your right. I meant to get some footage of that, and I did not. Hotel does not have a shuttle, but Parking Mall will come get you for a fee. I was not able to get a price from them as what that fee was, but I can't imagine it's very much. They will come pick you up and deliver you to the port. Here we are leaving the hotel. And let's show you what your drive to the port's actually going to be. It is also only half a mile to the port if for some reason you did want to walk. If you cross this intersection, on the other side there is a sidewalk that goes all the way to the port. I have no clue how the port would feel about you walking in, but it certainly would be a doable walk at half a mile if you decided you wanted to do it, toting all your luggage. Like I said earlier, if you forget something, Mr. Fuel is here on your right. It's not going to be a lot cheaper than what you're going to find at the cruise on the cruise ship, though. But they may have something that the cruise ship doesn't have. And in a moment, I'll show you what they do have on the shelves. If you've forgotten something and you want to get it just before you get onto the ship, there is also a deli inside. There's the parking mall that currently has no cars in it. The dirt lot is a little farther down on the right. And here we go. Just make this left right into your port. Okay, let's talk about Mr. Fuel. It's the only shop very close to the port. If you did forget something, last minute you wanted to grab something, here we go. This is what they've got. Plenty of phone accessories, charger cables, lots of your travel meds, things like that, but they are convenience store prices. They do not sell bottles of wine or anything like that. They do have a deli. That's Mr. Fuel right across the street. Now, 5 miles south of this exit, there's lots of grocery, and there's a very large supercenter. I just love this bridge, so I included it in the footage. It took us 6 minutes to get from our hotel to the Walmart Supercenter, and it's a very large Walmart Supercenter. It has absolutely everything you could possibly need before you get on a cruise. But again, 5 miles south, and if you don't have a car or if you flew in, that could be tough. Here's a shot of the Walmart. As I said, a very large Walmart. That's just about everything you need. Now, if you decided not to stay at the Holiday Inn Express next to the port, or if it was full, 5 miles south, there is this Hampton Inn. Unfortunately, it was not any cheaper. They also do not have a cruise shuttle. Let's talk about the airport. It's 12.2 miles to Jacksonville Airport from the cruise port, and from Jacksonville Airport to the cruise port. So if you're coming off the terminal, coming off the plane into the terminal, this is where you're going to exit. There's only one location in Jacksonville to exit. It's still a pretty small airport. You're going to walk this direction to baggage and shuttles. Pretty much everything is this direction. Up the escalators or the stairs. I love Jacksonville Airport for its size and simplicity. Very easy to get in and out of. Very easy to find the few things that it has. Bathrooms on the right and left if you need them. Here we go down the escalator to baggage claim. Baggage claim is going to be on the right and the left, depending on your flight. But to catch a shuttle, after you get your bag, you're going to head to the right at the bottom of this escalator, past the rental cars along the wall. Here we go, past the baggage claim, past the rental car companies, and then ahead and to the left is going to be the door that takes you out to the taxi stand. If you did not book a shuttle ahead of time, you're going to be stuck with taxi, Uber, and Lyft. This is not like Orlando where you can just walk out and book a shuttle. You have to have pre-booked a shuttle if you're not going to use taxi, Uber, and Lyft. And taxi costs one way a standard rate to Jacksport of $50.25. That's pretty much everybody you can fit in the car, but $50.25. If you book a shuttle ahead of time, you can get that for as little as $35 per person, or $12 per person if you have 3 or more. So it definitely benefits you to book a shuttle ahead of time. that's about it. From here, you're on your way to cruise port, or the hotel you're staying at, I guess. Thanks for watching. If you can think of anything I didn't cover in this Jacksport review, anything that you wanted to know that wasn't in this video, please let me know. I think this covers about everything you need to know about Jacksport, and please try it out and appreciate its simplicity. Park right at the ship, walk right on, and enjoy your cruise. Thank you.